Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a video for all of those sheep enthusiasts, especially mini sheep enthusiasts and herders and collectors out there. For anyone who has spent sleepless nights wondering how you're going to protect your mini sheep from mini poachers and mini wolves and mini coyotes, there is the Kizer mini sheepdog right here. Now, the Sheepdog has been a pretty popular design for Kizer, and I have to say that Kizer Knives contacted me a while back and asked if I'd be interested in getting some knives for review. I said, sure, what did you have in mind? They recently replied by saying, we'd like to send you the mini Sheepdog. So this was sent by Kizer, and for those of you who know me, you may think, what in the world? Why have they watched any of your videos? But honestly, guys, I was quick to accept it because I do value the opportunity to have some diversity on the channel and to share a smaller knife with those of you who are regular viewers who do tend to be drawn toward the smaller folders, okay? And I know there are quite a few of you out there who like that kind of thing. So, by the way, just one other qualification here. There is a really massive, huge sheepdog coming out, I think in June, sometime in the summer. And honestly, that knife, I do not have any interest in that knife whatsoever. So just to kind of shirk some of my usual stereotypical not large knife type of stuff. All right, so we have the mini sheepdog here. It was sent by Kizer. This, of course, is the titanium version. There are a bunch of versions of this knife out there. There's, of course, the regular size sheepdog in both the Vanguard, that's G10 and probably VG10 steel, and titanium. Then there's this knife in titanium as well as Vanguard, and I think the really big one will probably come out in both materials as well, although I can't speak for sure to that. I just can't remember if I've seen the really big, like the extra large sheepdog in titanium or not. So if you want to comment below with that, go ahead and do so. All right, so let's give a quick rundown on this knife. We have up front an S35 VN stone-washed blade. Very nicely put together, sort of a Warncliffe design with a flat grind. We have a bearing pivot system in a titanium frame lock. You can take a look. There is a stainless steel lock bar insert there, and we've got these nice little milled holes in the handle that do, I think, look pretty cool and are going to lighten up the knife a little bit. And then we've got this gold handle, really nice bright blue pivot collar, and a milled titanium, anodized milled titanium pocket clip here, which is single position only. If you flip the knife over, there's no spot on the other side. Okay, so there you go, guys. That's the breakdown of, you know, what we're dealing with here in terms of features. The size on this guy is going to be quite small, 3 3/16 overall. All right, the blade length here is 2 5/8 inches, so 2 5/8 inches on the overall blade length. The cutting edge itself is 2 7/16. The knife, when closed, is 3 9/16, so just a hair over 3.5 inches, and it has 2 7/8 grip area. Weighs in at 3.2 ounces, and let me say that grip area is a 3-finger grip for me. I cannot get my pinky to fit on this knife. I will say I have used it a little bit in this kind of a grip, sort of a pinch grip, and honestly, this is how I've used it the most, as I find it just a little more comfortable and useful in a pinch grip over trying to hold it with a saber grip and not having anywhere to put my pinky. So what are my overall thoughts on this knife, and where do I see it fitting? Okay, first of all, if you just like small knives, I think this is a really cool little option that's definitely doing something very different, okay? In the full-size version, the reason I haven't had one on the channel is I just feel like the blade is so big and thick in this dimension that in the full size, it's just overbearing. So I wasn't super interested in the full size, but this style of blade is a little more bearable, I find, in the smaller size. Would I want to EDC this exclusively? Not really. However, I have been carrying it, this came a couple of days ago, and so I have been carrying it just a little bit as sort of a secondary knife, and I definitely see the value in that for a couple of reasons. First off, if you're in a situation where you don't want to pull out, you know, I don't know, your Benchmade Crooked River or your Recon 1 or something like that, then a knife like this that has, you know, just does not look scary at all, is very sheeple friendly. Get it? Sheeple friendly. this is going to work really, really well for that kind of a situation. All right. The other thing is I actually find this to be a pretty useful little blade shape. The way that the knife kind of allows itself to get really close to whatever you're cutting, it's actually a pretty useful little knife. Yeah, not a knife that I would carry all by itself. I see this falling into sort of a backup carry category, but I understand that some of you probably would be totally happy carrying a knife with only, what did I say, 2 7/8? No, that was not right. 2 7/16, so a little under 2.5 inches of blade length. So there you go. That's my first impression. Cool design. In fact, in some ways, I feel like this design lends itself more to the small size than it does to the larger size, and there is a really, really big one coming up. So there you go, guys. That's my first impressions on this knife. I'd love to hear what you guys think down below. And do you agree with me that, I feel like in the small size, this is a little more compelling than even in the standard size, and certainly more compelling than the XL size. There you go. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will put a link down to White Mountain Knives in the description box. You can go over there and use my discount code, and that does help the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.